Please welcome to the stage founder of Bloomberg LP and Bloomberg Philanthropies and three-term mayor of New York City, Michael R. Bloomberg.
Well, thank you, everyone, and good morning, and welcome to the 5th Annual Bloomberg New Economy Forum. And I'm glad to say 500 innovators and global leaders have made this trip from over 50 different countries. And I want to thank all of them for joining us. And we wouldn't be here without the continued partnership of Prime Minister Lee and the Singapore government, including our minister friends joining us in the audience this morning. Their commitment and resolve made it possible for us to convene in person both last year and again this year, and we're grateful for that opportunity. We all know how difficult it is to deal with the virus and what's going on with transportation and the economies. But here we are, and hopefully we can really use this time to figure out how to make the world a better place. On the screens around the room, you can see the names of Bloomberg New Economy's partners, and I wanted to thank them. All of them are well represented here this morning, and I know they're looking forward to the conversations ahead. Now, in case anyone needs a reminder, our opening video just set the scene for our work this week. Lighting a path through the storm is our organizing theme, but before that, we have to reckon with the causes of the storm, and that's what this day today is all about. All around the world, customers are feeling the stings of inflation. Businesses are grappling with broken supply chains and labor shortages, and countries are facing war or dealing with its fallout, whether it's refugees that are crossing their borders, or soaring energy prices, or food shortages, or actually all of the above. And on top of all that, we have a climate crisis that's getting worse before our eyes and will continue getting worse unless bolder, more urgent global action is taken. It's inconceivable that you could have people that are denying climate change is here. When you turn on the television, you see the floods, and you see the droughts, and you see the fires, and you see the things stacked up that can't get to where they want to go. We have to do something about this, and to say that we're going to do it by the year 2070 or the year 2060 or 50 or 40 or even 2030 is ludicrous. We have a problem today, and we just have to pull together and do something about it. Now, all of these changes are daunting, but none of us would be here if we didn't have a feeling of sharing responsibility and a sense of hope about the future. For 5 years now, this forum has brought together leaders with big, ambitious ideas and the power to make a difference. The forum is dedicated not only to open dialogue, but also to action in global finance, commerce, sustainability, resilience, and security. In other words, we didn't create the forum to be another gabfest. We have enough of those. This, we think, should be a working meeting, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that it is, focusing on practical, concrete ways to tackle issues that governments alone cannot or will not solve. For example, the forum has spawned an international cancer coalition that is working to speed up the approval of treatments that can save millions of lives. It has also led to a Net Zero Pathfinders initiative that spurs investment in sustainability and provides climate policymakers with proven strategies. Earlier this year, we held our first regionally focused Gateway Conference in Panama. The Gateway events are designed to strengthen our year-round work leading up to this flagship forum, and Panama's hospitality really made everything work. We are stretching out around the world to connect a diverse group of leaders, spanning east to west and north to south. And what truly makes this forum successful each year is your active participation, particularly in our breakout sessions and one-on-one meetings. And I expect we'll have a very productive 3 days together, and we can truly do some things that will kick us off going into next year. And when we come back, we'll have looked and say, we really did do something. Last year, I had the pleasure of welcoming one of my friends, Hank Paulson, to the main stage on day one. Today, we are glad to bring you a conversation with another of the world's foremost experts on global affairs. And I know this will come as a disappointment to John Micklethwaite, but I'm referring to someone else. John will interview the honorary chair of the Forum's advisory board, whose impact on the global stage over more than 6 decades is unmatched. This is my dear friend and your dear friend, Dr. Henry Kissinger. We're all familiar with Henry's extraordinary resume, a scholar and a diplomat. He served as U.S. Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. And hopefully you'll have all read his new book, his 20th book, which he says he's written more books than I've read. It's close. This book is called Leadership, and there's not a person alive who knows more about that topic than Henry does, and who will join us virtually in a few moments. But first, we are honored that our next speaker could participate once again this year at the Bloomberg New Economy Forum. He and I met almost 2 decades ago when he was mayor of Beijing and I was mayor of New York City. As a mayor, he was a troubleshooter and a problem solver, as every effective city leader is. He trained for the job in the private sector, where he was a banker and crisis manager amid the economic shocks of the late 1990s. And now, as an influential diplomat, he brings a wealth of experience and a global perspective on the urgent challenges that we created this forum to address. We were grateful that he could make the time, so let's hear from him now. Joining us virtually is a longtime friend of the forum, the Vice President of China, Wang Qishan.